We're surrounded by elephants. Hello beautiful people, this is Maroela camp in the Kruger National Park, and I've been here 4 nights. Welcome to this video. Please consider liking, subscribing and commenting down below. Something in this video that intrigues you, ask questions. If you would like future videos, please drop it in the comments. Any videos that you would like me to make. In this video, what I want to do is give you my best tips and tricks for wildlife, for photography, for animal sightings, and we are going to start with stay in the park. That is where we're going to start. Stay in the park is my top tip. In the park, you have a radius of wildlife around you. Nature is surrounding you, which means that there is more abundance. Like the Kruger National Park, to me, has more abundance than the greater Kruger, like Sabi Sands, Timbavati. In the Kruger National Park, there is kilometers and kilometers and kilometers of bush and nature and animals and rivers and birds, and it's just incredible. So stay in the park. There's a variety of different places that you can stay. Right now, this is Maroela camp. It's only for camping. It's on the Timbavati River. It's absolutely spectacular. There's bird life here. I've seen hyena, elephant. There's some dwarf mongooses running around there. So when you stay in a campsite in the Kruger Park, not only do you get first access early in the morning to drive out and find animals, but also when you come back in the afternoon, you're getting that beautiful drive back in the afternoon where you might find some animals on your way home. This camp, you actually open and close the gate yourself, which makes it really feel wild. And I've been walking around the campsite this morning and getting really close to some rare birds like violet-backed starling or plum-colored starling, woodpecker. There was a golden-tailed woodpecker. So I've been getting really close to some awesome birds. There's also been green pigeon here. There's been parrots. There has been chin-spot batis, some broo-broos. There's doves, there's vultures nesting in this tree. So if you're a big birder and you want to, really get close to birds, staying in a campsite because they're used to people. Maybe they're used to being fed by people, which is you shouldn't do. Don't feed animals because then they become reliant on people. You become their mom or their dad. So don't feed them. But just because there's so many people here, the proximity means that they've become accustomed to people, which means you can get closer and get some really good photos and videos, which I've enjoyed doing. I've been like 5 meters from a woodpecker, which has been amazing. The dwarf mongoose also come really close. The elephants came close yesterday. And as a birder myself, this campsite makes it really incredible to just walk around, get some birds. I've gotten 40 plus species just in the campsite. Good afternoon, ladies and gents. This is the Sunset Drive in the Kruger National Park. And this is my top tip in this video. You have to come on a guided sunset drive or night drive in the Kruger National Park because it gives you the opportunity to talk to the guides, to ask them questions, where the animals are, where their favorite places are, where can you find certain things, how to find animals. You learn about the area when you go on one of these drives. So do it on your first day if you can, and then ask the guide questions. And also what I love about a sunset drive or a night drive is that you get to drive around in the dark, and this is amazing because you get to see, maybe you get to see a lion or a leopard. If you're very lucky, you might see a serval or a caracal. I actually took a guided safari 3 days ago, and I went and booked the sunset drive with them, and guess what they saw? They saw a caracal on a night drive and 14 wildlife. Absolutely amazing. So this is my top tip for this video. Stay tuned because I'm going to be giving you more tips. Patrick is our guide and he's going to be guiding us through this experience. Hopefully we get something amazing during this drive because it's just going to be awesome to be out after the gate closes, which we started at 4:30 and we finish at 7:30. So that's an hour and a half after the gate closes. But we're going to be there when the gate is closing. And we get to go on no entry roads, which you cannot get to, which you don't go on when you're by yourself. We're on a no entry road. Ladies and gents, we just found the Skoro Pride, which we found 3 females and 3 cubs, and one of them was the white lion. There's been a new white lion cub that was found here near Orpin. Absolutely amazing. I've only seen one picture of it, and this is insane. Like, this is one of the reasons why you need to come on a sunset drive. You could find really cool things because of the fact that you don't have a rush to get back for the gate closing, you get to enjoy that golden hour, that sunset period. You really get to make the most of it, go slowly. When you're going 20-30 kilometers an hour, you have the opportunity to find animals that you cannot find when you are just racing back to the gate. So this is insane. Let's go see if we can relocate these lines, because there were some elephants and they actually moved them off. But look at this photo and video that I got. Good morning, this is Tzendze picnic site on the S36. It's about a 25-30 minute drive from the S36, and then you have a, I would say about an hour and a half drive from Auckland. So this was probably the quickest picnic spot and toilet stop from Auckland, Maroela, Tamboti side. The next one would be the Timbavati picnic site or Satara. You don't have many options if you want something quick within an hour. You're gonna have to push it to the Tzendze. Tzendze is a beautiful picnic site. You can see here there's amazing trees. It's unfenced. There is a watering hole on that side and also on that side, and then there's a small river, but it's not really like great for viewing on this side here. It's a very small river. Timbavati has a much better river, but you can rent a skottel here, which is like a gas stove with a gas plate, which is a gas bottle with a pipe, and then like a big dish, metal steel dish that you can cook your food on. The thing is with this picnic site is that there's a long drop, so the toilet is not extremely glamorous. Timbavati has a proper toilet, so does Satara, but these toilets are long drops, so they're not extremely glamorous. I would say, you know, if you can wait an extra 45 minutes and you want a better toilet, then go to Timbavati. It will take an extra 45 minutes to Timbavati picnic site, and I would say it would take about an extra 45 minutes to an hour, actually probably more than 45 minutes. I would say an hour and 15 minutes from the turn off to get to Timbavati or to Satara. So those are your three options coming from Auckland. They're all different. There's some beautiful trees here, really nice view. This is the fence that goes around it. There's also some skulls here, so you can have a look at some animal autonomy. There's chairs and tables. There's a guy that lives here and looks after this picnic site. It is a great stop. My favorite is Timbavati. I just love the view of the Timbavati river, but this is also great with these big leadwood trees and marula trees, sycamore fig over here, and all the bushes. The bird life here is actually really great. There's a beautiful dove calling. I love that sound. I also want to point out that you have the possibility of seeing so many birds, babies and butterflies in this month of the year. It is now March, and I would say that end of February, March up until April is probably one of the best times of the year to come and see babies, butterflies and birds. So if you are a birder, if you want to see babies, who doesn't want to see a baby animal? That question was rhetorical, because everybody does. And butterflies and birds and these animals, is just to see this abundance is spectacular. So if you're a big birder, or if you want to see this and you would love to come on maybe a camping safari, 2025 I've still got some spaces available, some months available, but 2026 you can book for 2026. Let's do a camping bird safari. We can do a bit of camping and a bit of chalets. I love doing the mixture. I'm going to the Kgalagadi now at the end of this month, and well, actually today's the 4th of March. In like 7 or 8 days I'm going to the Kgalagadi, and we're doing camping and chalet. So I don't just do Kruger National Park and South Africa. We can go to Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Guys, photography is probably just as important, if not more important, than it is for me to be a guide. I'm qualified to guide in South Africa, but to go on a photography tour, we can go anywhere in Southern Africa, and I can just give you the tips and tricks of how I use my camera and how I have learned photos and videos, what I've learned about taking photos and videos over the last 14 years. And here's some of the shots that I got this weekend. Good evening, ladies and gents. So here I've got a spotlight, and you get different types of spotlights, but these handheld ones, these black ones, these I think they're Game Pros, they're amazing. And I want to give you some spotting tips, call it. So one of the things that you have to do is a sunset drive or a night drive, and they do give you spotlights. So if you sit close to the guide or on the sides, then you will most likely get a spotlight, or you can have your own. And the best tips that I can give you, because a lot of people shine the light in very strange ways, and this is just going to confuse people, and it is also going to be annoying. So take your spotlight and shine left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. And what you're trying to do is, if you're sitting in a vehicle, so I'm sitting here and the driver is in front of me, and this is the side that I'm shining on. Back is very good if you can shine back, because then you're cutting through the bush at a different angle, and obviously forward. So the difference between that angle and that angle is a lot, because that, when you're driving onto the animal, you might see it come, coming towards you, you might catch the front of it, but looking back you might actually catch the side of it or its tail, and that will give you the color of the animal or the shape of the animal. Because we're not just looking for eyes. That is the main thing we're looking for, is the eye shine, but we're also looking for body shape and color. So that will stand out while you're driving. So scan from left to right, right to left. So start there, don't shine in the guy's mirror, and shine backwards, shine forwards, and look for different color eyes. And also remember that the animals have different heights. So a lion will have a height, a hyena will have a height, a genet will have a height. What a cool sound that